Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for April the 21st. I am going to be pulling one card for overall energy, and after that, we'll look and see at one card for each sign and see how those energies combine to see what we have showing up. Of course, you want to check your sun sign, but if you know your rising and your moon sign, you want to check those as well to get a little bit more flesh on the picture of what the day could look like, or at least what one part of the day could look like. Let's start with our overall energy. We have a King of Arrows showing up in reverse. This talks to me a little bit about confusion or frustration in reaching a goal. So there may be some kind of frustration in reaching a goal that you've set for yourself, some kind of frustration in following a plan or a strategy. A plan or a strategy could have to be redone, rethought out. It may be back to the drawing board on something that you're working on or some type of goal you're trying to reach. Could be something like that. Could be all this could be something happening to someone in your sphere of influence as well. And it could be somebody that you're just generally interacting with. They could be telling you all about it. Let's see what shows up for each of us. Aries. Ancestors showing up in reverse. Aries, this is telling me that you're wanting to find your way out of some type of long-term contract or commitment that you've either been considering or that you've actually entered into. With this King of Arrows coming up in reverse, that's not such an easy thing. There are some difficulties here. So there may have to be, the first strategy and then the backup strategy and then the next strategy to be able to come out of whatever is this long-term contract or commitment that we're seeing here. Okay, let's look at Taurus. Two of Bows showing up in reverse. There's some type of decision that you're making today, Taurus. You're feeling pretty confused about it, but honestly, whatever you pick is going to be just fine. There's not a bad choice to be made here. And I think that confusion is what we have reflected because it does look like you kind of would like to choose something that's going to take you back to the drawing board and make you re-strategize something. Whatever you pick here is going to kind of interrupt your flow in whatever your plans were to accomplish something. And I think that is contributing to the confusion about which direction you want to go with this decision. Next up, we're looking at Gemini. Boop-a-da-doo. Exploitation. Gemini, I think you feel like you've been exploited by someone today. And I think you're also recognizing that that has taken you off track. And I think that if the people or the parties responsible for exploitation come around you right now, they probably shouldn't say too much. Because I don't think you're in the mood to be real nice about things right now. Next up, let's look at Cancer. Boop-a-da-doo. Two of Vessels showing up in reverse. Well, this is interesting, Cancer. This tells me that there's something that did sort of draw you in, that you were feeling attracted to, fascinated by, intrigued by. You wanted to get to know more about it, spend more time thinking about it, interacting with it, whatever this is. This can be a person, a situation, this can be a thing, this can be an activity, this can be the newest form of AI. It might have you really sucked in and you're just drawn to it. You want to understand it. But with that Two of Vessels showing up in reverse, the magic has kind of worn off. Whatever this situation is, whether it's a person, activity, whatever, the magic has sort of worn off. And I think that when the magic wears off, that kind of sends you back to the drawing board. I don't think you were expecting to lose interest in this. Now you're losing interest. You don't know if you would even, you could leave or take this thing, and you probably would rather leave it, actually. So I think that is making you change some plans. It's putting you back to the drawing board. What are my goals, really? What are my goals now that I know that this is not one of them? So this is changing your sense of direction once you lose the attraction for this. Next up, we're looking at Leo. Ten of Stones showing up for Leo in reverse. Leo, Leo. Leo, I think you're working on upgrading your sense of I almost said security. Stability and security. Stability and security. I think you're working on upgrading your sense of stability and security in the world. Now, some people feel stable and secure because of money and things. Some people feel stable and secure because of relationships. For a lot of people, both of those contribute to that. And so you could be upgrading either one in either area. And I think that with that overall energy, you may have run into some little snags or some snafus. So there's something that has to be worked through here before you can continue with this upgrade. I have confidence in you. I do think you're going to work through it, but it is going to take some thought, some planning, and some strategizing. Okay. Next up, we're looking at Virgo. Oh, I guess you would like to see your card, wouldn't you? Ace of Bows showing up in reverse. Okay, Virgos. Ace of Bows in reverse along with that King of Arrows in reverse. Boop, ba-da-doo. Virgos, I just really feel like what's going on here is you don't really feel like doing anything. You're having an apathy attack, man. Just don't have any energy towards anything right now. And I think that what's going on is this not having any energy towards accomplishing those things that you might have planned to accomplish today. That's going to send you back to the drawing board. You're going to be rescheduling some things, replanning some things, making some adjustments because that energy level is feeling pretty low. Pretty low, pretty low. Take care of yourselves, Virgo. Really important to take care of yourself. All right, next up, let's look at Libra. Libras, you guys have the Queen of Vessels in reverse. Kind of glad to see this come out for you, Libras. You guys have had some cards that have had me a little bit worried about you in the not too distant past. With this Queen of Vessels showing up in reverse, though, I really like this because what this says is where you have been putting other people in front of you and, focusing on their priorities and not paying attention to your own. Today, we see you standing up for yourself and paying attention, making things about you a priority for you. Okay. So that's really, really good. Trying to think, there's something that Bob Proctor used to say that really stuck with me, and I'm being reminded of this as I look at this card for you, Libras. But it talks about, and I'm going to end up doing the Amista paraphrase because I'm not going to remember the exact words. But it basically talks about people and their participation level, our participation level in our own lives. We should be the stars of our own lives, but too many people sit on the sidelines of our own lives and we let other people make decisions and guide us. So here, Libras, I see you guys being the star of your own life. I see you being the one making decisions and looking out for yourself. Okay? Because truth be told, nobody can look out for you but you. Nobody knows you like you know you, hopefully, if you're a little aware even. Nobody knows what you need more than you do. If you don't look out for you, then I just don't know where you're going to be. All right, let's look at Scorpio. Scorpio. Okay, Scorpios, y'all have the archers. I should say we have the archer showing up in reverse. Boop ba da doo doo doo. What's happening here? Scorpios, I think we're not actually doing so much today as much as we are thinking, considering, mulling over, making plans. Today is a day of re-strategizing for us. Not taking action, but putting together a new strategy, I think. we're realizing that the old strategy wasn't working. So it's time to modernize it, update it, make it more efficient and more effective. Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, Queen of Arrows, showing up in reverse Sagittarius. Boop-ba-da-doo-doo. What's going on here? Sagittarius, here's what I'm going to tell you. This is a little different for the overall energy than what I told y'all at the beginning. Usually this deck doesn't go there with this overall energy, but for you guys, it is. It's going there. Lucky y'all. With the overall energy for you, Sagittarius, I think you've got a grump in your sphere of influence. Just a really grumpy, moody person having a hard time figuring out how to be happy. Okay? Now, you, with the Queen of Swords showing up in reverse, guess what's going on here? You feel like you've been too vulnerable to this person and their moods. And so you're setting up boundaries or you're setting up walls, you're setting up barriers. You may just be doing psychic self-defense, or you may be setting, very legitimate barriers. If you're going to talk like that, then I'm going to wait to have a discussion with you until you can, be a little bit more calm. I mean, you could be setting boundaries like that. Um, I don't know exactly, but definitely you are taking some kind of precautions to make sure that you're not left feeling vulnerable by this person again. All right, that's Sagittarius. Next up, we're looking at Capricorn. Capricorn. If life was sunshine and daisies, the tarot cards would always be sunshine and daisies. Life has a little more variety in facets than that. Capricorn. Boop-ba-da-doo-doo. Nine of Vessels showing up in reverse. Capricorn, I do feel like you've got somebody. How is this playing out for Capricorn? Yeah, I feel like you are strategizing or re-strategizing something right now. I'm going to say actually re-strategizing something right now. And you're feeling like this is not the time to be talking to anybody or to be interacting with anybody until you get your new strategy put together. So you could be, I don't want to say that you're actually secluding yourself, although I think a lot of you are, but I do think that you are not actively participating in conversations or interactions until you get set in your mind what your new strategy is. All right. Next up, we're looking at Aquarius. 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 Okay, Aquarius. The Great Bear. I'm not sure if I like him with our overall energy or not yet. Oh, okay. I think you're giving something a second go today. I think you've tried something, it didn't work out very well. I think you've actually already done the re-strategizing that we see most of the other signs doing today. I think you've already done the re-strategizing. You've already been back to the drawing board. You've put together a new plan or idea, and now you're giving something a second go. Good for you, Aquarius. I think you're about a step ahead of everybody else here on the board. Next up, maybe more than one step. Next up, we're looking at Pisces. Pisces, Pisces. Whoops, that's two. We only want one. Ace of Pentacles showing up in reverse, Pisces. Yeah, we may as well take this other one. They kind of go together. Followed by the World also in reverse. Okay. Here's the thing, Pisces. I do think you're making a new strategy. I think that overall energy is applying to you like that. And I think you're making a new strategy because you've had your sense of stability kind of rocked. That somebody has turned your sense of stability upside down. So where you thought a certain thing made you feel stable before, now you're kind of second guessing that. Like, how stable is that really? Where can I find some true stability? All right. So that's that Ace of Pentacles in reverse. For me, that's like my foundation stone. And you can look at it. It's a big old stone. It's all by itself. It's setting the foundation. Now, with the World Tree coming up also in reverse, this says that basically something that you thought was ideal is not. Okay, so it feeds right into the message we get off of that first card saying, my sense of stability has been turned upside down. I'm not even sure what makes me feel stable at this point. What used to doesn't anymore. And so that second card just kind of confirms what the first card said. Like, I almost didn't even take that card because it hadn't come out before I realized I had two in my fingers. But like, I really didn't have to take that card either. So it would have been just fine either way if I would have left that card in the deck or this way, because it's just emphasizing what we had on the first card, just making that a little bit more strong. Something has your sense of security turned on its head. You're realizing what you thought would made you feel secure before. It was close, but it was no cigar. This time to figure that out and make the adjustments. All right. So that's what I've got for the day. Thank you guys very much for being here. I do appreciate all of your kind support and all of your kind words in the comments and the emails I get. You guys are just amazing. I very seriously have probably the best viewers on YouTube and, of course, the best clients in the English speaking world. Guys, remember that you are, besides being my viewers and my clients, you're also my sponsors. So please put a thumbs up on this video, share it out to the rest of the world, and put comments down below. If you guys would like a reading today, I am doing readings by phone or online. All you have to do is get a hold of me and we'll get you taken care of as quick as we can. Everybody, thank you once again for being here and have a fantastic day. Peace out.